Alright, so I want to test how the Baguette, my most beloved ship yet, fares against Martincitopants Yamato. But I have no idea how to... This is a different workshop than I'm used to. How do I operate this? Alright, loading it in for the first time. Ooh. You know what? Oh my god, it's huge! Yeah, I mean, I guess it's, 2-to-1 scale of, like, the biggest battleship, so... it's a little bit crudely made, but it's pretty cool. Did the Yamato have a 9-gun battery and 1 turret in the back? I don't know. I don't know enough about the ship to say whether or not it did. It sits a little low. Guys. What the fuck, guys? I had like 7 different comments say, put this up against the Baguette. Put this up against the Baguette. My friends and dear viewer, my friends, my guys, my dear viewers. This thing costs 1/3 of what the Alright, fuck it. We're going in. How many repair bots does this thing have, actually, if any? This is a... the shrink-wrapped pistons are an interesting choice. Yeah, there's no real internal separation. But also, is it just floating on just the amount of alloy and wood in the hull? I guess, yeah. There's no air pumps or anything. I could see a more experienced player doing a full refit of this, but it is really impressive. But that's not what we're testing. We're not testing the impressiveness of this thing. We are testing how well it fares against something 1/3 the price, guys. Which of these backstabbing pricks would the Yamato be on? Steel Striders, obviously. 5 million mats. Unless I'm better at the game than I thought, and Martincitopants is worse at the game than way worse at the game than I thought. This ain't gonna be it. Alright. Let's make sure neither of them are firing just yet. Until we're actually in the water and moving properly. So this is the Baguette. Like, its whole shtick is that it's, like, ridiculously stupid long. And it's barely longer than the Yamato. Alright. Repair tentacles off. Smooth water. Why are we so slow? Oh, we're not slow. It's just that the scale of these ships is so big, I'm not used to moving this slow in the camera. This might just split it in half here and now. No? Okay, we've barely hung on after 2 of the cram barrages, very unfortunately hitting the same spot. And unless our repair bots can quickly stitch us back together, another couple good hits there will just kill us. Ooh, it's lagging. They might have just split us in half. Yeah, it just split us in half. Well. Yeah, Oh, I'm sinking now. Oh yeah, I'm sinking now. I'm falling down. Yeah, the Baguette's lost this. Rest in peace, Baguette. But, like, when you guys were saying to deal with this, I thought this was like a normal ship and not like a massive guys, 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 I'm a good player, right? Like, I'm good at the video game. My meme ships aren't going to take out a ship bigger than it and triple the cost. But let's see what we did to it, though. Let's have a proper look at what kind of damage we did. Not much. Did we take out any guns? Looks like, unfortunately, not many guns were taken out. Because it was split in half so early. Wait. Hang on. I've just noticed something, right? We mangled the shit out of this. At one point, it was aiming up here, and I could see from one side of this to the other. How many repair bots are on this thing? Oh, this is still the superstructure. My bad. Dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? Dude, what the fuck? How do I fight this? Let's find how many repair bots are on this thing. Oh my fucking god. You guys. Guys. You wanted me to beat the thing with 100 repair bots. With over 100 repair bots on it. This thing was out healing my DPS. Why is there a rubber beam here? We're doing this prim and proper. But Rambot will be helping this time. And Rambot knows where Rambot needs to shoot. Rambot knows exactly where Rambot needs to shoot. Alright. Turning Yamato's firing on. Turning our firing on. Okay. We're already almost split in half once. But how close are we to pushing in? We're doing a lot of damage. We're punching in. They are repairing us. Or rather, repairing their damage. Come on. Come on. Their citadels are shit! They're using explosive gun. So it just blew up the entire gun because of It seems that they didn't understand ammo ejectors or safety fuses. We might win this. We might win this. No modifications to the Baguette other than adding a tiny keel. Just to smooth it out a bit, because it was rolling a bit after the last one as well. Now we just need to punch through this last bit of armor. We're so close. We're so close. If we just get through here, we've won. Their repair bots are trying. If you say this is cheating, look at the amount of fucking repair bots here. I am not the one cheating. They've knocked out about 1/3 of our guns. Come on. Come on. I see the AI. I see the AI. We won. Look at all the damage we did up here. Wait, these are all skims. These are all shots that skimmed and went up. But there you have it. And a damage report, we can actually get a... Huh. Wait, how am I controlling all the... How am I controlling all the guns? Yeah, these are all the repair bots we had. Regardless, the Baguette, with a little bit of help, okay, a lot of help, sniping the AI can defeat the Yamato. Granted, that's not the biggest feat, you know. Sniping the AI is easy, it's OP. But let me have this, because you guys decided to pit me up against a ship that's 3 times the cost and has over 100 repair bots, okay? Let me have this. Oh god, 70 seconds and it's still going. It takes so long for it to decay. And as a reward for her faithful service, Baguette's gonna get another glow up. Before we do that, before Baguette gets her much-earned glow-up, I'm curious about something. Let's do something a little bit closer to their price point, but still, notably, nowhere fucking near because I don't have $5 million ships. I need you to understand, one of my main design philosophies is the design stays reasonable. All of my ships are at a reasonable price point. So let's see how well the Refacet takes care of it. Now I'm thinking this might work. I don't think... The Yamato seems to have a pretty tanky... It has a lot of slow-firing weapons and a pretty crazy laser anti-missile system. But I don't think it's good enough to deal with this. Lasers are starting a fire, which is unfortunate. Thankfully, I'm about to start a fire. Lasers carving a pretty... Oh my fucking god, what happened? How did it already get inside? Ooh. Okay. Refacet might be out of the count. But... lightweight alloy is flammable. I want to see this motherfucker burn. Got a few seconds. Hopefully it doesn't punch through the side by then. Oh no. Okay, that's enough. That's good enough. Oh no, the laser anti-missile system is killing them all before they can come out. Wow, that thing sank like a rock. Okay, that's a really strong laser anti-missile system. Because it's a $5 million craft. I'm just gonna keep on that copium. It's not really copium, it's 4 times the cost of this thing. This is a pretty dramatic slow-mo, though. It's not enough to stop all of it, but... I don't think it needs to. Mostly because I'm thinking it's just gonna out-repair the fire. Yeah, look, the fires are just going out. So what if we make this a fair fight? Alright. Back up into full shape. 5.1 mil? Bet. 1.8. 3.6. 4.8. 5 million. 2 refacets and 2 baguettes is 5 million. Let's see how well my computer handles this. And now let's see how well the laser anti-missile system is handling 2 of the incendiary barrages. For some reason, it doesn't seem to be handling it well. Who would have guessed? Who would have fucking guessed? This is a fair fight. This is what an even cost-to-cost match looks like. Man, the Refacet really loves... I didn't notice it since this was built to deal with the Pyre. I didn't notice it when it was fighting the Pyre, but this thing really loves getting right up in there, huh? Like, to a dangerous degree. God, this is a goofy-looking brick. I cannot get over how dumb this thing looks. It's just a fucking brick. It still hasn't dealt with its first Baguette. It looks like another Refacet. Yep, the Refacets are firing their next wave. And it looks like the fire is doing a fucking number on it. The twice as many missiles was way more than twice as effective just because it managed to rush down the laser anti-missile system so well. I believe it looks like the Baguettes are both reloading a lot of their guns, so they're not doing as much damage. Why are the shields, like, yellow? Why'd they make the shields piss colored? Does this guy have a piss fetish? Let me know in the comments. Does Martin have a piss fetish? Because I'm beginning to suspect he has a piss fetish. Which I didn't know he was based like that, to be honest. 4 million in fire damage. And rapidly ticking up. Baguettes are still applying heavy pressure to everything. The Baguette's wide range of fire is doing a lot to deal with all of the tiny little ones, which is having the unintended consequence of clearing out space for more projectiles. This is just time spent mathing out the projectiles from the Baguette. Well, mostly the Baguettes. It looks like none of them have been taken out yet, unless maybe one of the facets is unaccounted for. Nope, never mind. They're all good. The Yamato has yet to take out a single one of them. Oh, we're getting to the point where the Baguettes... Yep, the Baguettes are running out of ammo access. They have just a tiny bit more utilization than they have access, so over the course of a long battle it will run out, because it's planned, well, it's planned to first off be done by now, but second off lose some of its guns, so it doesn't need all that ammo. Where am I in all this? I figure I'm in the one that is overhead. Yeah, probably not wise to have your general be the ship that's the closest, but since it seems they're not a threat, it doesn't really matter, huh? This Refacet looked like it took a pretty nasty beating. What are you shooting at, buddy? What on earth are you shooting at? Are you trying to shoot at that Baguette? Yep, that's another thing. These things are shooting well beyond their maximum range. Just a waste of bullets. This is a bit unfair. I'm a guy with 10,000 hours bullying less experienced players here, but I think it's actually, honestly, this isn't me trying to ham it up for the video, be like, oh, great job, baby's first ship. It's a good ship. It's overpriced for what it is, but it's clearly not meant to be efficient. It's meant to be a big-ass scaled replica of the Yamato, which, in that case, it's doing its job golden. Some noob traps, some poor design. That you're gonna lose out on historical accuracy. They did not have lasers, repair drones, or force fields. Mine are all very period accurate. This is actually based on a real ship that went to sea. Don't look it up. The government controls the internet. You won't find out about it because they still use it to this day. Best kept secret of the Navy. All battles are won between these two. They made up aircraft carriers. Like, if any of you dumb motherfuckers believe that, like, oh yeah, naval engagements are fought with aircraft carriers. Bullshit. You see, the Yamato... Sorry, I'm giggling. For no reason. There's nothing funny about this. The Yamato is a perfect example of how big destroyers with big guns will beat aircraft carriers 99% of the time. If you guys, you are a dumb motherfucker if you buy in to the military propaganda that a boat with no guns on the deck beats a boat with guns on the deck. You're crazy. The aircraft carriers don't even have naval cannons. Like, seriously. At best, they have little close-in weapon system or AA guns. But, you know, that doesn't really matter because nobody uses airplanes in war. Airplanes aren't good for naval battles, obviously, because there's water there. Airplanes can't go through water. Moral of the story, don't believe the government. Believe me, boats are long, and I build better boats than Martincitopants. Hope you liked this video. It was actually really fun dinking around with it. I don't know why I'm doing an outro. I still have to record giving Baguette a makeover. Refacet did not earn a makeover because Refacet did not beat it alone. But most of its guns stopped working, so let's take a little damage report before these two knock their heads into each other. This facet took quite a big beating. But it looks like it hit the... Yeah, it looks like it hit that empty chamber on the bottom, so it didn't do a lot of damage. Fortunately, it doesn't matter how little damage it did, because what little damage it did knocked out the steam engine, or at least one big chunk of it. Thankfully, this thing has a segregated steam engine. It's in 3 separate pieces, so only one of them was destroyed. I'm surprised this the ring shield's completely destroyed. I guess a really nice shot must have come through and hit it. I guess, yeah, the Refacet was more designed for thrustercraft to thrustercraft combat. Well, it was designed explicitly against the Pyre. If you guys haven't seen the video where I made this, you should check it out. It's a silly one. A longer one, too, because this was actually quite a hard thing to make. This Refacet, it's the one I'm in. It's mostly untouched. I can even see at the bottom right. Took like 50 damage. I'm more interested... Oh my god, they're so far away. Yeah, I don't think this Baguette was doing shit. Once again, this is just a normal Baguette, plus a little lead keel at the bottom to prevent it from rolling over. That's going to be a part of its glow up. Nearly split in half a couple of times. I'm surprised by how... That is interesting, though. There's not a lot of damaged turrets. It's just mostly completely gone turrets. Which I'm a little confused. You see, this is normally what it's like. Normally it takes off the top and a chunk of the internals. But, like, there's a bunch of turrets up here that are just... Like... They got fucking raptured away. Like, there's just a tiny hole, and that somehow took out the entire turret. Because sometimes these turrets explode, but they also take out the weapon controller. That is a little strange. Alright, so I think that concludes the battle portion. We're moving on to refit the Baguette.
Check it out, I'm in the house like carpet.
So... With Baguette's glow up, one thing I feel like it's gonna need is a tram system. And I'm trying to think of how we do that, and I think I have an idea. But if we can get away with this, I'd love to do this. You know, this works well enough. This works very well. I'm actually kind of surprised. Now, what if we ram, like, full speed into the stop? Okay. It just works perfectly. Neat. We've got a simple little tram. We've got seats for 3. We've got a driver's seat. A little drink for the driver. Possibly non-alcoholic. Yeah. How do we speed this thing up, though? Oh my god, I figured out how. I just cranked down side friction and cranked up forward friction. Alright. Now there's a nice windshield on either side. Now we can start actually adding this to the Baguette. We should see really quick whether or not it can be this close. Actually, I think it's gonna guaranteed hit that railing either way. So I don't know why I'm doing this, because I already know it's not gonna work. Continuing to do it. Even though, again, I am fully cognizant that this will not function. I don't know why I'm still doing it at this point. It's like, not a matter of stubbornness, it's just like, what other option do I have? Yeah, we're stuck. We blew up. Alright, so the Baguette has so much mass that if it detects that we hit it, we are immediately obliterated. Okay, we just disintegrate against the side of it. Which means that actually this may still kill it because of the proximity of the railing. It looks to work pretty well. Okay, and it doesn't kill itself against the railing. Why are we going so much slower, though? It's not the water, is it? It is the water. Just that little bit of touching the water slows it down like 6 meters. What happened? I don't know what made it explode. 22, alright. You know, that's good enough. 30, and then it hits a wave and slows down. It's kind of funny. Why can't we go forward? Why are we stuck? What are we stuck on? Come on, what are we stuck on? This? Why are we not moving all of a sudden? Oh, now it's working. No, now it stopped. Oh my god, it's lifting up the whole Baguette. Okay, so how else are we gonna do this? Because that whole idea just didn't work. So what's the new idea? It would be really nice to have like a like a chain sub-object. Like a track that it slides across. And I have finished the tram system. A lot more low profile. A lot lower profile than the last one. And it actually looks like it's, you know, a tram built as part of the thing. I think it works fantastically. Of course, we can stop at any time. It's controlled using up and down with the complex controllers, but here's its actual destination. I really like the way these things look. I'm actually going to run the hazard strip all the way across the length of the ship. The very, very big length of the ship. Perfect. Now, would you look at that? Alright. Alright, after adding a max and a min component, it is essentially clamped between 0 and 100. So if I go up, it goes down to 0, and then it's just stuck at 0. And if I hold down, it constantly goes up until it's at 100. So now it real nice and smoothly pulls it in. This is interesting. The railing bolts go like a little bit past a block, so like if we place down a railing and then go boom boom, see how it goes past a little bit. It looks like plates also stick out almost exactly the same. Not exactly the same because they're not Z fighting, but like pretty much exactly the same visually. Okay, I lied, it wasn't interesting, but like you have more information now. I don't get what you're complaining about. If I get a 2-meter railing and scale it to be not on that axis, scale it to be 1.5 wide. Now it looks normal until you look too close at it, but it actually has enough room so that it doesn't have one of those nubs sticking down, covering up our computer. The next thing we want to add is a keel. Well, not adding a keel. We're not adding a keel. We're adding weight to the keel. Keel weights. We're adding keel weights. Oh wait, no, I'm an idiot. No. This is the keel. My bad. No, this is the keel, this little bit sticking out of the bottom for stability. For some reason I was thinking the keel is just the bottom of the ship. Alright, so now we have 2 turning thrusters. Let's see how this works. It's doing literally nothing. Are we not turning because of overlap? I have a way to fix this and make it look a little bit nicer, actually. I've got an idea. Alright, this is quite a strange setup, but I used a second spin block hidden inside to give it a little bit of angle out. That should actually help it roll into the turn a little. Okay, maybe a lot bit. Okay, maybe too much. Now this thing should have a much, much tighter turning radius. In fact, now that we've brought this up, we can give it a bigger rudder. Okay, bigger rudder plus 2 turning thrusters. Now that we actually have some decent maneuverability in combat, I'm also going to armor this up a little bit better. Since, to be honest, prior to this new update, Baguette just wasn't built for actually moving in combat. What about a giant... You see, there's only so much that force in the back can do when the front stays the same. This is really tough. This is a really tough decision. Either the Baguette continues to be basically unmaneuverable, or we bite the bullet and go against what we believe in. I've got an idea.
Battery low. Please charge.
I suddenly don't have any sound. I don't know what this is or why it's doing it, but I guess we're placing these hydrofoils in silence. Yo, Editor Canon in the future here. That voice was my headset telling me that its battery was low. I didn't realize that that was played from the desktop. I assumed it would just be played directly out of the headset speakers, but I guess what the fuck do you expect from a Logitech headset? This thing is garbage. I will be replacing it as soon as possible. But I thought it would just be funny to put it in there and then, like, give it a couple seconds to stew, try to get you guys to figure out what the hell it was. I also didn't hear that sound on my end either, by the way. Like, it got recorded, but it didn't play through my headphones. So I didn't realize that it was my headset being on low battery that somehow turned off from the depth sound for a short amount of time before it randomly came back. This is just a general PSA. Don't buy fucking Logitech. Just don't. Don't buy Logitech. That shit's built off of, like, sewer water, silt, and Filipino plastic. Alright, so now we have some vents in the front to bring water in so that the hydrofoils can move it, right? So we got these vents in the front, right, for the hydrofoils. So the water comes in so the hydrofoils can move it. And the water comes out the bottom. Comes out the bottom. Yeah, and then the water comes out the bottom of the hydrofoil pool. Hydrofoil pool. We got that pool explicitly for the hydrofoils, right? Alright, so now we got the hydrofoil pool. So the water comes, the water comes in the intake and then goes through the hydrofoil pool. And so these hydrofoils are in water. So there's water in it. Then it'll go out here. So it can go out and refill out the water. What do you mean fluid dynamics? No, I passed that class. Trust me. Trust me, bro. Fluid dynamics are a scam by Big Fluid to sell more check valves. Editor Kenan again, hello. This is a joke, but as I'm hearing it back, I remembered the fact that actually thermodynamics was created by steam companies in order to build better steam engines. So I'm actually not off. I can't tell if this is good or bad, but it's turning a lot tighter. So we'll say it's good for now. The fact that its butt doesn't swing in and overlap with me is actually really amazing. This thing has a very tight turning radius all of a sudden, and all it took was one little violation of fluid dynamics. Taken to an extreme, one little extreme violation. So now let's compare that with what we had before. Oh, look at that. Look at how much nicer that is. Alright, so we've improved the turning radius, added a tram system. Now it's time to add some interior. I want to improve the guns. So this is our frankly terrifying standardized platform, and you guys might be wondering why I have set it up like this. This is so that we can measure the time to kill on some basic... We're going to be running this off of time to kill, not actual DPS or firepower. I want it to be a practical test. And so having a shitload of independently firing AI means that each one's going to pick their random target, and that's going to smooth out any randomness so that we don't get, like, shitty results because one of the runs, the AI got lucky and aimed at a critical point and killed it, whereas the other time it was wailing on the back that had nothing in it for 30 seconds before it started actually doing any damage. So now let's collect some data. I don't know what's wrong there, but anyway, I fucked around for about an hour, and I genuinely could not make it stronger. So now, on to decoration. Alright, I like the look of these tables. I really like these tables. Let's make the chairs a little bit scattered. We're gonna get rid of one of these in exchange for, like, a refrigerator, some storage and such. We can use the old crystal growth trays to look like a meal. A really weird, gross meal. But it looks like food, kind of. This is a refrigerator. This is a refrigerator. So I'll give you a little tour of our barracks here. You can see everyone's got their own little personal safe built into the wall. And then, if I would be allowed to leave here, we can go up into the dining hall, where we've got some nice little views out. And then we can go back here. This leads back to this, whatever this open room is. There's the engine room. But also there's another way up on deck. right here. So that's all the interior changes. I did some slight polishing on, like, stuff you're probably not going to notice. Like, this is way smoother than it was before. I tried to upgrade the weapon system, but I couldn't. And most importantly, it's got a little tram. I think this tram is really cool. It's also the thing I worked the hardest on. But it is much needed for just the scale of this ship. If you want to go somewhere, you can ride the tram to there. Oh, of course, the biggest change, now instead of taking 2 kilometers for a single turn, it actually has a turning radius, and it moves a little bit faster forward. Quite a bit faster forward, actually. So I had this idea where every single time one of my ships performs well in a fight, it gets rewarded with some decorations, you know, it gets a glow up. But also, after its 3rd redesign, it gets to go in the Hall of Fame as an honored ship. So that means the Baguette is one more good performance away from getting immortalized in the Hall of Fame as the honored Baguette. Let me know if you guys have any ideas for Baguette's last makeover, if it ever earns it, because, you know, I'm going to be holding it to quite a high standard to become an honored ship. But also leave a like if you enjoyed it, and yeah, have a nice day.